Praise the Lord. Go Dogs. Oh, good Lord just continues to shine in these kids. That's all I can say. You know, what a heck of a basketball game. Got to take your hat off to Western Kentucky. What competitive fire those kids have. Tremendous energy and effort. Unlike the last time I sat in here, I thought today we did get out hustled. We did get out toughed a lot of possessions. But with about 7 minutes to go, they just decided that they'd had enough. And I'm talking about our kids. You know, we had 17 turnovers at half. We had 5 in the second half. And we got into attack mode. We made some really good decisions. And we finally got some stops, y'all. They shot 47% the first half and only 38 in the second. Of course, Katera takes a charge or two, and that always helps. And we had some altered shots by Dominique. Dominique took a charge. Just great defensive plays. But we just finally had enough of being outplayed and out-toughed, and you got to give Western Kentucky all the credit for that. But I think, too, we wore them down a little bit. And I'm going to give my kids some credit for being a little bit, you know, we're just in a little better shape. We've got a little fewer more bodies, and I just love how hard we played to the end. You know, we times didn't play real hard, but, boy, down the stretch we needed it to be fast. And the only way to get it fast, y'all, is to guard. It's hard to get fast when you take the ball out of the net. And when you guard and defend and you're holding them to one and done, and you're able to get it in Morgan's hands, I'm telling y'all, if you can find somebody faster and quicker than her, you need to let me know, because I'm going to go get her too. Because she is really quick. She's hard to handle in the open floor, and, you know, that's a great basketball team we just beat tonight. I mean, they're going to win a bunch of games. They're going to have a chance to be right back in the NCAA tournament. And you know, they were receiving votes in front of us in the poll, and so you got to take your hat off to that coaching staff and to those players. But I'm awfully proud of us for hanging around and finding a way to win on a night when we probably didn't play our best. How many layups we miss? You know, I'm having that conversation. It seemed like every time out. You know, and it just bless Chinway's heart. You know, it's not like her and Britt are trying to miss them, but you know that's just something we're going to have to continue to work on, because you'd hate it for it to have been a 1-point game and we were on the short end.
What was the trigger? I imagine you were telling him about toughness and hustle. But was it Tara's taking that charge that?
You know, I think that there was that, and there was a loose ball that we got, and we ended up coming down the break, maybe getting an and one. But at the 8-minute media, you know, we showed them, hey, it's 4 out, 1 in, 30's just pinning us on ball reversal. We got to find a way to stop letting them reverse the floor. And I thought we did that. Then it became a one-on-one game, and I thought we had a little bit fresher legs than they did. Katera took a charge. Dom had an offensive foul called on her. And so, you know, they had some wide-open looks in transition that weren't close. And that's a good indication of, you know, huffing and puffing. And, again, you say that we finally kind of wore them down there late. Of course, foul trouble was part of it. But, hey, those kids they outplayed us and outworked us for, you know, more than half the game. And so, again, I just think that's a great basketball team, tremendous competitive fire. All those kids just play their heart out, and Coach does a great job. They obviously play very different, unorthodox at times, and a lot like Auburn. And so, you know, they have a great plan, and they stick to it. And I think once we kind of got a little bit ahead and they finally had to go to man, it was just hard to guard us in man. I mean, you just can't handle Morgan off the bounce hardly. And even I think they were in 2-3 zone, we still were running our man offense with Morgan creating a little bit. And it's just hard to deal with her. And so, you know, proud, you know, I'd have never guessed Victoria gets a double-double with 12 and 16. Just a, you know, tremendous effort. Katera had 17. I've never, that's the quietest 17 ever. And, but again, I just proud of our kids for their competitiveness and sticking with it. You know, hey, there weren't many timeouts, y'all, up until that 5-minute one that were just. I was having to coach. I tell them all the time, I want to coach your mind. I don't want to coach your heart. You know, when you're having to coach effort, that's that's not good. And we just felt like they had more effort for the longest time today. And so, proud of my kids for finally fighting.
missed a couple of free throws early, but especially down the stretch, he was building that lead, because Morgan's going up there hitting free throws.
Yeah, I mean, 26 out of 31, you're going to take that every day and twice on Sunday. And, you know, Morgan's 11 out of 13, 5 out of 6 for Katera. So, you know, obviously that's important. They had 16 steals, y'all, and we forced them into 24 turnovers. We had 22 of our own, but only 5 in the second half. But you just, you know, 16, we had 14 steals, which again, that's getting after it. You're not standing around hope they miss defense in 2-3 zone, you know, when that happens. So again, you're talking about freshmen and sophomores that you're going to be talking to in a minute. They just continue to play. That's all you can say. They just continue to play, and it's fun to coach them right now, just because you're seeing kids grow up right in front of your eyes.
You mentioned the comparison to Auburn. Can you talk a little bit about how much that affected you in getting turned over 17 times in the first half?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt. You know, those turnovers, and trust me, it's looked like that for 2 days in practice and today in shooting. I mean, it's just, you know, it's something that we've got to work on and fix. Now, we did adjust at halftime, and we had a little different alignment in the second half and brought somebody up to the middle, and that helped a bunch. Hey, my fault first half. But second half, made a little adjustment, brought that kid up in the middle, and that just really opened things up for us against that half-court trap. So, and our kids really adjusted well to that and made it happen.
What does it say about this team to win this tournament without 3 of your seniors?
I couldn't be prouder of the group. You know, our seniors are down there leading the cheers. I'm proud of their unselfishness. You know, I got the word about midway through the second half, Martha wanted to play, and Mary said it was okay, but I'd kind of made up my mind at that point, because those kids still hadn't practiced the whole practice. And they've been practicing some, and I give them a lot of credit. They're trying to get back, but we were either going to win it without her or lose it without her. And I just felt like the chemistry of this team right now and these kids, they've come so far, and they'd earned the right, you know, today to be in that position. Tremendous crowd, almost 4,000. Place was electric. They were just waiting for us to get something going. And it just took us a long time for the place to finally erupt. But I can't tell you how proud I am of our young kids and how they've come along. But I'll also tell you this. I opened up pregame today with seniors. We call them, they're on the black team, the black jerseys. They're what would be our men's practice team. They got us ready for today. Now, again, we didn't look very good for 2 days and in shoot-around. Now, that's 3 seniors leading our men's practice team. And they've got some juice right now. They're anxious to get back, but proud of them. And again, you've got tremendous leadership out there right now with a lot of kids. Not just JJ as our senior, but Dominique's always led by example. And so just obviously proud of our kids for fighting again and finding a way to win.
Well, Kayla played double-digit minutes against Mercer, but today was probably her most significant contribution. Can you talk about her? And she hit that short jumper off a curl, which was a big basket. Can you just talk about her contribution today?
I'm just really proud of Kayla. You know, these freshmen, they get so down so easy if they don't play or don't play a lot or don't play at all. And, I mean, if I had Savannah and Kendra Grant healthy, they'd be playing maybe a little less. You know, you got 2 veteran seniors starters in front of you, but you know, so it's hard right now for some of them. They're not playing a lot, and they're so competitive. They're just competitive kids. They're winners. They're not afraid. They're not scared, and so it's hard. You know, Kayla didn't play, I think, one game here recently, and but came right back out. She's made shots in practice and just keeps working at it. Kid's a winner. I'm proud of her. 15 minutes in a big ball game, 2 out of 6, 1 assist, no turnovers, 1 block shot. 3 out of 3 from the free throw line, 3 offensive boards. Hey, I'll take that every day. So real proud of her and again, all our freshmen, you know.
Coach, you already talked a lot about effort, but how would you assess your team's energy so far, just through this point in the season?
Hey, I can't argue with it. I'm proud of of how our young kids are taking stuff from our sophomores now. And even we only have 1 junior and 1 senior, so they don't have a whole lot to follow. Martha, Savannah, and Kendra have been hurt. So they have to learn how to play hard just by how we're coaching, teaching, and demanding. And we don't apologize for being demanding. But at the same time, those sophomores are showing them, they are telling them, you know, you got Katera Chapel taking charge after charge after charge. And Dominique, same thing, just a toughness, energy kid. So I'm proud of our fight. I'm really proud today in that we stayed after it, and in the end, I got my staff going, Coach, keep your foot on the pedal because they're tired, talking about the other team. And that's our goal. We wanted to press. We didn't get many steals off the press. We got too late. They were tired, couldn't get it in, big steals, but it sets a tempo and an atmosphere. And so, just again, I thought we wore them down.
Got a trophy today, of course, now you're hungry for more hardware, on down the line somewhere. This is a start.
Well, just real special. When we talked about the very first game, Mercer, you got a chance to win a championship. Doesn't happen very often. You know, and you hate it for our seniors. I wanted it so bad for them. I wanted it for our whole team. I wanted an NIT championship. I've got that ring. But I wanted it so bad for this team, those seniors that have been with me now going on our third year. You just want them to taste success. You know, we cut down a net. That's a special net. That net goes around that trophy. That's a championship trophy. You look and see who's won this championship in years past and what they've gone on to do in the season. You'll be amazed at who's won that championship and the success that they've had. And that's what this tournament affords you. Tremendous experience. You can't put a figure on it. And so, again, I'm happy for those kids. I wanted them to taste what it's like to get up on that ladder and cut down that net. That's a special opportunity. Save that piece of net. That goes in a special place, and be proud of that because, hey, it was earned. We talk about it all the time. It's not what you want, it's what you earn. That's what you get in life. And those kids went out and earned that. They earned that championship trophy. They earned that net. And again, couldn't be happier for those kids and my staff. There's a place in there. You look up there in the rafters, there's a place next to that banner. There's going to be one banner up there that says WNIT National Champion 2014. And those kids will always have a piece of history here in the home and at this university.
Any other questions? Thank you, Coach.